I'm going to be showing you some of the NASCAR souvenirs that my mother collected during the 1990s when her and my father followed the NASCAR circuit. She did work part-time on a souvenir trailer, so she was able to gather some collectibles there. But we had a lot of friends, especially my dad. He knew a lot of people in the garages and pits and everything. And we have some souvenirs that ordinarily you wouldn't really see. As you can see behind me, we have the Camel Smokin' Joe's track banner. We have quite a few banners, and those you could not, if you took those down off the fence during a race or after a race, the police arrested you for the most part. They did not see kindly on that, but we knew a lot of people in the different teams, and we were able to get that. The Harry Gant Skull Bandit jacket that he has signed, the tire signed by Dale Earnhardt. I also have a tire that's a bias ply tire that's going way back, and it has the Richard Petty signature on it. The gasoline can here is actually came from the number 9 team, which was Lake Speed. That's who that can came from. Then I also have my dad. Again, he knew a lot of people and stuff. These are a set of starters flags that my dad got made for me by, as you can see, and if people remember, Doyle Ford used to be the flagman for the NASCAR circuit, and this is an actual checkered flag from the race at Charlotte. It says, "To Jim from Darrell Ford, NASCAR starter, October 10th, 1993. So I have a complete set of flags and the checkered flag, because they didn't give the checkered flag away at the end of the races back then. I have quite a few other souvenirs here. One is, this is a press release, and it is for the Hendrick team, that they were releasing the information that Budweiser will be primary sponsor of the number 25 Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolet, and it's going to be driven by Ken Schrader. And the signature, if anybody knows him, this is Papa Joe Hendrick. Again, my mom and dad knew quite a lot of people behind the scenes. This is just a no bull. That was their slogan for a while that they were running. This is a 76 Tau. I and my brother had a gas station, and we had it branded 76 because we liked racing so much. We also carried the 76 racing fuel. You can see I'm wearing the 97 Kurt Busch shirt whenever Crown Royal was the sponsorship. I have some other t-shirts here I will go over in a minute. Some of the other things, my mom, again, she got to know quite a few people, and she had some friends. I don't know if people remember, it was called the Winston Cup Scene. And that was a newspaper that came out weekly, and we carried it in our store. We are all the way in Pennsylvania, but we contacted them, and they would send us the newspapers, and we actually did sell quite a few of those in our store. That was just a little knife set. This is a bigger knife set that you got from the Winston Cup Scene. Again, from Winston Cup Scene, here is a pen and pencil set that my mom was able to get. My dad, again, he knew Harry Gant and Jimmy Spencer and John Andretti, and just a lot of drivers, a lot of crew members. If you'll see some videos I have posted, it's when they were in the garage area during testing and at Daytona, and then throughout the year, my dad would go down and film in the garage area. Now, I never knew about this. I can't verify this at all. This is my dad's handwriting. My dad has passed away, so I can't verify this, but I happened to pull it out, and it has a little signature on the, or little embossment on the side. I don't know whether these are actually Richard Petty's sunglasses or not, but it does say Petty's glasses. So at least I have a souvenir that at least they are maybe a replica of Petty's sunglasses. I don't know if they sold those or not. I would have to do some research on that. Later on, I will be making another video of the die casts that my mom was able to pick up. I was not a big die cast collector at all. I did not. I collected things such as we have in our garage. I might show it to you later on. It's really dusty, but we have the entire side of a race car. It's the number 22. It was a Maxwell House for Junior Johnson, and Sterling Marlin drove the car at that time. We have the back bumper cover of the Hooters car when Loy Allen used to drive that car. We have an entire sheet metal dash of one of the Woods Brothers cars. We have back in the day, to check to make sure if the car was spec'd or not, the body, they made a great big aluminum go, no-go gauge. And it just sat over top of the body, and you'd have to check in certain spots to see if the body was legal or not. And we've got 2 of those. I don't know where my dad picked them up, but he came home with them. This, I don't know if some of the people back in the day would know about the Poplar Tent Texaco, and Miss Lois had the Texaco station. In fact, she was the one that got us the tire signed by Dale Earnhardt. As you see sitting here, Smokin' Joe's, these were tins, and the ashtray is right here. And then you open this up and there are matches inside. And I always thought that was rather a nice souvenir. Then there was also this Smokin' Joe's tin, if I can get it open. And it just had just regular book matches in it. I've seen some of these on eBay for sale. I don't know what the prices are. This is the Winston Cup 25th anniversary. Again, there's book matches inside there. And there's also a little booklet inside that was showing, I guess, things that you can get. And also there was a Winston Select. See if I can get this out. This is a lighter. And this was a Winston Select lighter. And also, when Winston was the sponsor, they used to give a lot of cigarettes away. And these are 2 Winston cigarette packs, but on the back of them, they are celebrating the 40th anniversary. There was also a lighter set. See if I can get that from the overhead camera. And it depicted just different car racing scenes on there as a souvenir. Again, my dad was pretty good friends with Harry Gant, and this was given to him from Harry Gant. It's not signed or anything, but it's during Harry Gant's farewell tour, and it's a knife. There was a little joke that used to go on between my dad and Harry Gant. My dad used to take a sharpening kit and sharpen Harry Gant's knives, because Harry Gant's knives were always dull, and my dad would sharpen them for him. I'm not going to open these up, but you can see the Terry Labonte flag, and I have a bunch of other flags here. The Interstate Batteries, NASCAR, NBNA, NASCAR 50th anniversary. Have those souvenirs. Also have, my mom and dad got to be really good friends with Harry Hyde. And Harry Hyde signed this model. If I can dig out a plaque that he gave us, he got some kind of award presented to him, and he wanted us to put the plaque in our garage so people could see that. I have some t-shirts over here, and this is Dick May. He signed it, and you probably don't know, he used to be a driver way back in the day, but Dick May also took care of the NASCAR trailer. And that was in the infield when all the officials and drivers could go to this trailer, and there was refreshments and some food, and Dick May took care of that, and my mom and dad got to know him very well. This is Elmo Langley. He signed it. He also used to be a driver, but Elmo Langley was the pace car driver. and he did pass away, and we did get to get his signature, but Mom and Dad were really good friends with him. Let's see who this is. Oh yeah, this is Bill Broderick, and he used to be the Hat Man. And whenever you won a race, and during the Winston series, and when Unical was the sponsor, he made sure he was the guy in victory lane. And when the car pulled in, he made sure that you got your sponsors' hats and everybody else's sponsors' hats during the photo ops. So that's the guy that did that. And I don't know, I'm not even really supposed to be showing this, but this is Dale Jarrett, 1997 NASCAR Winston Cup champion. What's so special about this? He didn't win the championship in 1997. Jeff Gordon did. He came in second. Dale Jarrett 14 points behind. But they had these shirts made up in case he was the champion. And we got hold of one. It was supposed to be destroyed, but it wasn't. I've got it. So now we'll move on to these pins that are over here. And I do have an overhead camera, so I'm going to try to get some of the shots of the pins in the overhead cameras because they are so small. But Winston Cup Scene was a newspaper that was published weekly, and it really covered a lot of stuff of NASCAR, and it was Winston Cup. And if anybody remembers, back in the day, TNN used to broadcast the races. And I have another one. It's floating around here somewhere. I'll run across it. This is a Haviland Texaco Racing pin. This one is, I believe, let me just take a look. I believe this one is 10 years in a row winning a race for the Texaco Haviland team. That's what that one is. This is a pin of the 28 Texaco Haviland car. I'm not sure who was driving that at that time. I don't think it was Davey Allison. I think it was Ernie Irvin at that time. This is the NASCAR's 50th anniversary pin that they were advertising during the anniversary. This is the 23 Jimmy Spencer No Bull pin. As you can see, the banner behind for Jimmy Spencer. And here is something a little interesting is this is Rockingham. This is a pin from one of the races at Rockingham. And then I know I have North Carolina Speedway, the Good Wrench 500. I have that pin. This is official Budweiser Racing. We have that pin there. And the Busch official beer of NASCAR. We also had the Busch Series. Now it's the Xfinity Series, but it used to be called the Busch Series. This is the other TNN pin, whenever TNN used to broadcast races. This is quite a bit faded. I don't know why, but it is the 23 Smokin' Joe's race car. This is just a Robert Yates Racing pin. Whenever Robert Yates had their car. This is a Rusty Wallace pin. And this is another Budweiser Racing pin. And here is a NASCAR. Let me see if I can get that straight. Yeah, there is a NASCAR pin. And this is a 28 Texaco Haviland hauler, tractor trailer hauler. And I used to know the person that drove this hauler too. Good friends of ours. This is a Good Wrench Rockingham commemorative pin from the race. This is Casey Atwood. I don't know if people remember Casey Atwood or not, but when he was racing, this is a pin of his. Now, these pins that I'm going to show you here, I'm not, well, here's one more. This is the Good Wrench race at Rockingham. This was also a Rockingham. And if you don't know, Rockingham, they don't race there anymore. So that's kind of what's interesting is we have some pins from tracks that they don't race at anymore. This is just a 16th anniversary Ricky Rudd Tide. I'm not sure what the commemoration is there. But these pins right here that I'm going to show you, I'm not quite sure what these are all about. They are obviously the driver, but they're in a different shape, and I'm guessing that it's the shape of the state that they were from. That's just a guess. I don't know. But this is Kyle Petty when he drove the 44. And this is Dale Jarrett when he was driving the 88 car. Here is the 94 car when Bill Elliott was driving that. The 99 of Jeff Barton, as you can see. Again, I'm just assuming that it's in the shape of the state. This is the 20 Home Depot of Tony Stewart. That pin there. This is the 18 of Bobby Labonte when he had the Interstate sponsorship. And this is the Dale Earnhardt pin. Now this looks more like it's in the shape of a hat, but then again, really it's not. I'm not sure. But again, that's the souvenirs that I have to show you right now. And the next video coming up, I will be showing about the little die casts that my mom has collected. I'll be showing you those. And if you want to tune in for that video, please look for it. And I hope you enjoyed the small collection of some of the souvenirs that we have from NASCAR racing from the 1990s.